you don't really need that setup for the arrow. We saw in the series where Yapso played Mirana twice on the support position where he didn't have any setup. He just relied on his own
10
arrows to land,
seconds
and
remaining.
he got a lot of farm, transition into a core. So that hero just
5
does a lot
seconds
in
remaining.
different positions right now. That's why it's a very good opening pick for teams.
Yeah, definitely very
Reserve
flexible. Now,
time.
complexity. They open up with the Wisp Tiny. I was looking at the recent records of these players. Hanskin's been practicing his IO a lot. Limp, his Tiny. We're going to see those guys dueling it up in the mid lane. How do you think that's going to go for complexity?
It's one of the, I think, best heroes for Limp, in my opinion. He plays a really good Tiny. Even without IOs, it's still a really good hero. Sometimes they run it alone. With the IO, it's definitely going to help the Tiny accelerate in farm stacks. You can do a lot of stacks with the IO, so Tiny can get his blink faster. But, you know, all in all, it's a very good combination together. And for Execration, like you said, it's either they go for a setup for like a SD for Mirana, or they just run Mirana as a support. But in general, you don't decide that early. You leave it open.
Yeah, very flexible. She can be played basically position 1 through 4 at this point. But Tiny Wisp has kind of that set momentum, usually a little bit stronger in the early phase if it does have that IO tethered to him. But Tiny needs a little bit of time to come online. Do you think we're going to see, priority on mobility, like a blink or something like that? Or do you think it's going to be straight raw damage, hit him up, Echo Saber?
Turn to bad.
Probably a blink, and it really depends on also another important criteria, which is the lineup of the enemy. If you have a lot of weak heroes like squishy heroes like CM or heroes that can die in Avatar's combo, you can get an early blink. But regardless, I think that item is still very good on Tiny, even if you don't have easy targets, because it allows you to get into a good position and you get off a good combination to start the fight, initiate the fight for your team. Like one of the other reasons why Tiny is not so popular nowadays is because of infused raindrops. The item actually allows a lot of heroes to survive against the combo that Tiny has. And they go for the Sand King, decent setup for the arrow, good team fight versus, the epicenter is very good versus Relocate. You have Caustic against Tiny. I'm not sure if they're gonna put Sand King versus IO Tiny. I've not seen that lane matchup before, so I'm not very sure how that lane is gonna go. But we'll see.
I've seen a lot of Execration here. I've been keeping up with the SEA scene, and I've seen a lot of Sand King solo laning, whether they're going to go for an aggressive try and put him in the safe lane, or whether he's going to take up the off lane position. Just because of the Caustic, he can farm so efficiently, but I think that's going to come down to what complexity opt to throw in their safe lane.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but at the end of the day, I think you want to have a good matchup for the Sand King. If you can get a good lane, because Sand King can dominate the lane. If you can get a good lane for the Sand King, you're going to be able to crush and slow down the enemy's carries farm a lot. So I think, in my opinion, during Star Ladder, Navi picked Sand King a lot. It was against short range cores. We see them use it against Juggernaut or Luna. Luna's like somewhat melee, so you get owned by Caustic in the lane.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what Sand King can do. If it's going to be one of those Mirana arrow setups, just going in with that burrow strike, get the little mini stun.
I think it's pretty good if you think about the fact that you set up the arrow, so you do Sand King mate against IO Tiny, you have Caustic against Tiny, and when Mirana's around, you can easily set up the arrow with the stun onto IO. You want to kill the IO first, so it's a very easy kill, stun into just arrow, and the IO is pretty much dead.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, so moving on, both teams taking their time there. I love that respect ban, Complexity taking out the Meepo against Abed, obviously one of this guy's absolute best heroes. He can just stomp on anyone with it. They're also going to take out the Beastmaster, the Dazzle. Anything surprising about that? I mean, Dazzle worthy of a second round ban?
Complexity's turn to pick.
They're banning out defensive heroes because they want to be, aggressive, and the other reason will probably be discouraging a Husker type of lineup if you take out the Dazzle. But usually you just ban the Husker because Husker can also be paired with the Oracle.
10 seconds
but I think overall that pick is just to take away a defensive support that can be very good against the Tiny combination, because you want to initiate and kill someone right away. Dazzle prevents that from happening. And Beastmaster is just a very good hero if you want to do it off lane or whatever. It's just a very strong hero in the patch. Gives you vision so you can scout out the Io, because the way you want to play Io and Tiny is Io is mostly in a lot of situations hiding in the trees, and Tiny is farming the lane, so you're just sitting behind getting ready to save the Tiny, and Beastmaster can easily scout out the Io's positioning. And we see coL following up their drop it a Prophet, so they have a lot of global presence with TP and Relocate.
Is that going to be a jungling Prophet, or are we seeing Swindles on that in the off lane?
I think off lane. Or safe lane. Chassis is going to play. I doubt Swindles will play the hero. I've seen him play very rarely, like once or twice I've seen him play it, but mostly when
10
they have
seconds
Prophet, it's going to be
remaining.
Chessie playing the hero, regardless
Alright.
of off lane or safe lane.
5
And
seconds
if you
remaining.
take a look at the second phase of Execration, they took out the initiating heroes, Axe and Slaughter, because those heroes are very
Reserve
good with
time.
relocate. You jump in, you get a call or a crush from Slaughter, relocate in and get a kill, easy kill. So that was what Execration took out in the second phase, and they responded with a Witch Doctor against the Prophet, which is one of the better supports at dealing with the Treants, because you have the Coconut Bounce, you can kill the Treants early, and you know you have very good team fight against the relocate. Now obviously the Coconut can be used, the cast can be used against the relocate as well.
Execration's
Alright,
turn
we
to
have an
pick.
Ogre Magi picked up here. There's been a lot of love for this hero picked up in,
Yeah.
I want to say, like 4 out of the 6 opening matches.
He is a replacement, I would say, for maybe not a replacement, but an upgrade from Earth Spirit, where we saw in previous
10
patches where
seconds remaining.
you see Earth Spirit every game. There's always one roaming hero, Earth Spirit, Ricky,
5
or the Bounty
seconds
Hunter.
remaining.
You always see one hero running around, making space, helping his team win the lanes. And right now, because
Reserve
of
time.
the recent buffs to Ogre Magi, he's like arguably the strongest hero at level 1. You have the most effective HP and HP regen, and you have a very good range on the Ignite to catch out heroes and to slow them down. It's just a very good pick in general, and Bloodlust for Tiny is very good.
Alright, so depending on what the Sand King's doing, Execration have yet to pick up their offlaner, and in the bans there's been some serious hate for offlaners. Beastmaster, Axe, Slardar, Batrider all taken out. Execration do occasionally run RR on the Tidehunter. Do you think that's a possibility here?
It's possible. Tidehunter is very good versus the relocate, and it's pretty good if you were to put 1v1 lane against Prophet. It's also possible. Tidehunter can fare very well against Prophet in the lane, but they're just gonna go for a very standard and safe pick for carry. For the Southeast Asian teams, a lot of the teams prioritize on getting Juggernaut. You see like MVP, maybe not so much Fnatic, but MVP in particular, and the Pinoy teams, they like to go for Juggernaut because it's a very flexible pick. You can go mid, you can go safe lane. You have 2 builds for the hero. You can either go for the Blink Diffuser, like the Manta Diffuser build and with the Blink, or you go for the Battle Free, the more farm intensive build with the Manta and the Blink as well. So there's a lot of ways that you can play the hero.
Yeah, I mean, Nando loves his Juggernaut as the position 1 in Execration, but I have seen a lot of Juggernaut mid in the SEA scene so far, so it depends how they really want to go up against this IO Tiny.
Pretty good versus the IO Tiny, because you're very survivable of the, because you have the spin.
Turn to ban.
And they take out the Alchemist in the last phase for complexity, because we saw Execration use it in the last game against eHome.
So are they anticipating a support Mirana?
Yeah, probably. But I think, in my opinion, it's still pretty open what they can do with their lineup. They can do Sand King offlane support Mirana, or Sand King offlane call Mirana and pick another support. There's a lot of things that can go well with their lineup right now for Execration.
Alright, so last pick here. Excited to see how they're going to round this out. I mean, Complexity have so much survivability. They've got an IO tethering around as that little ambulance. Tiny, obviously, literally made of rocks. Hard to cut through. An Ogre Magi.
They have a very good draft around the relocate right now. And they're going to finish up with Earth Spirit. In my opinion, in Southeast Asia, Tim's is the second best Earth Spirit after DJ. He's really, really good at the hero. He spams a lot of pups. He used to spam a lot of pups with that hero. He's very proficient with the stones and landing his stuns, using his spells very well. And so overall, their calls would be Sand King, Mirana, and Juggernaut.
So Sand King is going to be put in that solo lane, you think?
I still think it's open though. Sand King offlane or Sand King mid. Yeah, it's still, to me, it's okay. Either depending on what they want to do and who they want to put on what hero. I guess, like you mentioned, R is their primary initiating player, so he might be put on the Sand King, and Mirana will be mid.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's the play here, just because Juggernaut does work so well up against that IO Tiny. He can pop down the healing ward, he can just spin to be magic immune, so Avatos doesn't really slice right through him like a knife.
Even Mirana can do well in the lane, because you can leap away, and you have Arrow. If your Earth Spirit boulders in to slow down the IO, you can set up for the stun.
Ooh. We've got an Ursa pickup from Complexity.
Wait, what is Swindle's gonna play? So Swindle's is gonna play Prophet. Yeah, I guess he's gonna play Prophet. I mean, mostly it's Chessie, but with this draft, he's gonna play the Prophet. Like, he generally doesn't play Prophet, because he plays mainly the initiating hero for his team. But this game, there's gonna be a switch up in terms of how they're gonna run their overall setup for the team. It's gonna be Limp primary initiating, and Ursa, when he gets a dagger, he can also initiate for his team. It's gonna be a Bloodlust for both the melee cores, which is really, really nice for the Ursa and the Tiny. So overall, I think coL's draft is looking really solid. They have good lanes because they have Io and Ogre to stabilize and win their lanes, and Prophet to TP in if needed. And they're pretty good late game with the Ursa and Tiny. They can abuse
10
Roshan.
seconds remaining.
For Execration, they have to play really well in terms of,
5 seconds
in my opinion, the
remaining.
team fight. That's where they can use their Epicenter and Omni Slash and the Earth Spirit Ultimate to effective.
All right, so loading in here, we got our predictions. Player with the highest total physical damage done to heroes at game end. Is that going to be Tiny just beeping him up with his right hand, or what are we looking at there? Nando with the Juggernaut?
I guess might be Ursa.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, wait, Swindles is playing Ursa. Okay,
I'm excited for
I
this.
was right. He was not gonna play the Prophet. Jeez, he's gonna play Ursa. I don't know what to expect because I've never seen him on a hero like Ursa.
You're not feeling it?
I mean, it could work for them because I know he doesn't like to play Prophet, so that's probably the reason why he's not on that hero. And Chessie is mostly on Prophet.
All right, so we're going to see a little bit of a switch up here. Complexity, I mean, obviously they're coming out of a match that they felt kind of confident in, but Team Escape did bring them down. So now, again, both of these teams fighting to
30
stay in the running
seconds
for
to
TI6, the biggest gaming tournament in history. There's a lot on the line here. Loser of this best of 3. That's it for them. No more TI.
Tough match for both teams here. And on the Radiant side, so their lanes would be, I guess Nando is going to be. Nando is. They're gonna contest the lanes. It seems. R seems like he's gonna go mid.
I'm
Wait.
excited for that. I think
No,
it's going to be
is
Abed on mid with
Abed
the
mid,
Mirana. Yeah.
R has items for safe lane, I guess. They're gonna contest lanes with Jug on top. Huh? Seems rather strange.
Do you think they're going to go aggressive or just plop Sand King down in that bottom lane? Because I have seen it where they go for an aggressive try up top and then Sand King solos down bottom.
Yeah, but that usually happens if you get a melee versus melee matchup. Against Prophet, I guess against Prophet, he should do okay. Because I'm not sure how well he will fare against Prophet, because he's a range hero. He doesn't mind the caustic harass, He's always going to be able to attack from a far range, so he doesn't get affected by caustic harass. I mean, I guess you can deal with the Treants, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm not sure about how well the Sand King can do in this particular matchup.
I'm excited to see it. I have had my doubts about Sand King before, but again, that early point in Caustic just does so much work to get those last hits up, and we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Swindles in the Ursa going back in. He's got a ton of regen. Do you think he's going to spend most of his time in lane or just hop around the jungle trying to get that early?
He's definitely gonna lane. I think he's gonna take a few levels, maybe consider jungle after he gets a few levels, and depends on whether he goes for, like, there's two ways. You either get an early Mask of Death and you jungle, or you get face boots to win the lane. So it really depends on how well his early game is going to go. And usually you do that if you have a support. If you want to go jungle, you do it when you have a support that needs the lane, like a AA or Shadow Shaman. But in this game, if you look at their supports, they have a Ogre and Io. Io is going to mostly be around the Tiny, stacking jungles and whatnot. And Ogre is going to be wanting to roam. So I don't think Swindles will go into the jungle that quickly. He's going to focus on winning his lane. And he's going to be up against a tri-lane here.
All right, yeah, that's going to be pretty difficult for him. We got solo versus solo. Chessie able to do some serious work with those Treants. Now up top, we'll see if they can actually get the harass rolling. Nando likes to take his time, likes to farm up, likes to be efficient. But with Earth Spirit there, that's going to be the catalyst to literally get things rolling.
Yeah, their primary objective of doing this is because when you're playing against an Io Tiny, you're going to have 2-on-2 lanes. So you want to be able to abuse the fact that they have 2 heroes only on the safe lane, so you slow down their carries farm. So this is what they are trying to do here. I'm not sure it will work out for them because I don't know if Sand King will get a very good time in bottom lane. I don't think this lane is that good for Sand King.
Yeah, he's going to be sitting back there, obviously putting that first point in the Caustic finale, but Chessie just now ticking over to level 2, having some fun. We're going to have some pings up top. There's a rotation around into the woods.
Yeah, they're moving Handskin back top, so they're feeling that they want to have 3 heroes to stabilize the Ursa's lane, and Tiny is fine against Mirana alone, so they feel the importance of securing the Ursa's lane first.
Alright, these sentries do scout each other out. We're going to see who's the first one to act. And
keeping bottom. Teams is coming bottom. He wants to set up a kill onto the Prophet.
Yeah, Chessie's relatively easy to lock in place right now. Just now skills up his teleport. They go in. They will land the Burrow Strike. Chessie temporarily stuck in place. But can they actually get the Earth Spirit there in time? He's trekking, he's going as fast as he can, pops up the trees, they will go through, they will connect. Chessie now caught between a rock and a hard place. Will be the first blood. RR securing that on the side of Execration. Now over here in the river up top, Chemo looking for something, Coconut bouncing back and forth at Swindles, still able to lay in the damage there. He's got himself a lot of right click, going back in the Wisp to bring some little regen coming in, so Witch Doctor will trade his life for that, but overall still a really good kill for Execration.
Yeah, that was a mistake by Chessie. As soon as he got stunned by the Sanking, he should have just immediately TP away because there was no other stuns following up. Our Spirit was just level 1, so there was a mistake there by Chessie, causing his team to give up first blood, but they got a kill in return on Swindles there on the Ursa. A 1-for-1 trade, and we see RR here running at Chessie in the trees.
It's a little bit deep right there. He's got himself the Burrow Strike. It will connect, but there's really no follow-up damage. They're bringing the Earth Spirit. The roll does not quite connect. There's trees to try to form a protective fence, but it's not going to do it this time.
So
yeah, that guy hits quite hard there. 108 damage per bop. And now it's going to be Radiant really securing this bottom lane over here in the woods. We are going to have Z-Freak contesting some farm with Chemo, but Nando getting the most out of this here in terms of overall last hits. Juggernaut not being so overwhelming, but oh golly, going rolling every which way. Chessie wants to get something done. RR could be the sacrificial lamb. Not enough mana for the Burrow Strike coming back in. He's taking a couple spirits right to the face. Is there any sort of backup? They've got the Earth Spirit. Can he actually be the protector here? He's looking around. We are going to have Sand King just really trying to get up that mana. Needs about 10 more, and they were a nice stun from Tim's going back in, but the trees are going to be spawned out. Tim's taking a lot of damage now. He's in some trouble, rolling himself back under the safety of his tier 1 tower. RR able to salve up, able to live through this.
This Earth Spirit taking so much place for his team, saving the Sand King there and setting up the other 2 kills for his team. Very good rotation by teams here, creating all sorts of havoc onto coL's lanes.
Alright, now RR sitting on about 700 gold. Do you think he's going to go straight Blink, or does he go level up Arcanes, or what?
I don't think he'll go Blink first. Usually you just get Arcanes and you get an early game item so you have mana to help your team.
Swindles is angry, but looks like they're going to be going in. They will land the Maledict. Swindles taking a lot of damage from this. He's bloodlusted up, he's speedy, but I don't think it's enough here about Chemo. He's going to be taking the brunt of the damage. Z-Freak able to secure a kill onto the Witch Doctor. Now Swindles is limping back in. One more Maledict strike. He's super, super low, but it is able to wrap around. Now meanwhile, we are going to have Mirana going down. Tiny able to land a couple of right clicks and secure that kill. And that was Wisp helping out. Man, we have got so much action. Earth Spirit able to get down the Ursa, who stayed in lane.
Why did he stay in the lane?
Oh man.
He should have just gone back. Like, he was just greedy. There was no salve on Z-Freak. Like, Ogre had no salve for him. Like, he just wanted to stay in the lane and farm. And Earth Spirit got a very, very easy kill there. That was really, really bad by the Ursa.
And now we've got Earth Spirit sitting 2-0-1 here. His overall net worth is going to be looking pretty mighty. Ursa now back with a vengeance. He's got his little overpower rockin' ready to go, but no real targets to go on. Just wants to farm up, wants to find something, but looks like he's just going to be screaming at nothing.
Yeah, he has to farm. Like I said, like, go for the face to secure the lane.
He's going to be going in. Nice kick, rolling back down to the low ground. He's going to be nice and safe.
Yeah, so right now, if you look at the lane that we have not seen a lot is like the mid lane. We see Link here going onto the Mirana.
Avatos looks like the Spirit should be able to finish the job, leap it up to the high ground, but one more click from Hanskin is able to go through and secure the first kill of the game.
You saw that infused raindrop there, almost saving the Mirana's life there. Like I mentioned, that item is extremely good against Tiny. You have to get it. And barely surviving there, so rather unfortunate for him. So Limp gonna be closer to his blink, Tread's blink, if he wants to go that route this game.
Yes.
I think he has to be the initiator, because Prophet and Ursa need someone to initiate, and they are going to go in and lay in the damage. So I expect Tiny to be the main initiator for his team.
Alright, we're going to have a roll in down bottom. Chessie just got back to lane. They're dropping the epi for this. He's trying to TP out. But RR just absolutely lethal right there.
He went for the Soaring Tranquil build, so it's going to give him a lot of regen. And yeah, like you mentioned, is he going to go for the blink first? He's going to go for early game items first, then move into the blink a bit later.
Avalanche is going to latch Limp. He's feeling good. He's got that Bloodlust rolling, but Abed doing a lot of damage there with that Starstorm. Limp is going to get tethered up, healed up by Hanskin, who is going to be going in. The arrow not going to latch. Nice restraint there by Hanskin, but there's going to be a lot of damage laid in. They will go through Rolling Boulder. Going to be doing a lot of work there. There's the kick. They will be able to get the kill onto the Io. Now Limp is just so low. He's got no more regen. Avalanche will latch at the Tims. Mirana, Abed, no more mana for the arrows. One more hit under tower. There's a toss back up. They bring in Chessie. Might be able to return kill onto the Earth Spirit. They are able to do so. Meanwhile, up top, we've got a bloodbath going on. We are going to have TP back out, but overall they end up losing the Juggernaut up there in the top
Yeah.
lane. So this is now 6 kills for each team at 6 minutes in. We are at like 2 kills a minute. This is crazy.
That Earth Spirit is just making so much. I mean, this guy is for now 6 minutes, 7 minutes into the game. He's the MVP for his team. He's just gotten so many important kills and saved the Sand King once. This Earth Spirit is definitely doing so much work for his team. And Nando there, unfortunately, going down to the Ursa and the Ogre. He has to be much more careful against, like, Ursa with Bloodlust is extremely powerful.
Yeah, I mean, he's just vicious right now. Going in, they are going to trap up Nando. He goes for that Blade Fury, is able to get it off right now. The Wrath of Fate comes, bounces around. Chemo's got that Voodoo Restoration going in. Juggernaut has that 1 point healing ward up soon, so they do have the restraint now. Meanwhile, Abed, mid lane, leaping to safety, getting away at sub 5 HP. Is he actually going to be able to do this? They've got the courier flying in.
Oh, Prophet TP way behind. Like, they expected Abed to be running towards his tower.
Abed just sitting there cowering. Doesn't have mana for a TP right now, so has to be very, very careful
He should be
not to let himself
right
be
now.
vulnerable. Yeah, the lane is clear if he wants to back off right now, but he's probably terrified of that Prophet TPing in and tapping him.
Yeah, that's why I'm very unsure that why they tried to contest the Ursa's lane initially. Like, Jug against Ursa in the laning phase is not that easy. They only have like somewhat about the same net worth because Ursa made a mistake earlier when he gave away a free kill. Otherwise, Ursa would definitely be ahead of the Juggernaut.
Now, we do have a drawing up top. It looks like the Tiny's going to be rotating in. Wanted to get a kill onto Nando. He does have his Omni Slash and does have that Blade Fury for the Magic Community, able to walk back under his tier 1 tower.
This is too difficult for them. Unless his Blade Fury is on cooldown, I don't think they can get the kill. They need the blink on the Tiny ASAP.
Absolutely. Now, walking back in.
R, he's gonna scout out Chessie here.
He's got the Epi if he wants to go in. He's just laying in the damage. They bring in the Burrow Strike, follow up with the arrow. They bring the IO in, trying to do something, but Hanskin, oh, he dived way too deep for that one. Limp's able to go in. The Coconuts are bouncing around. He pops the Illusion Rune. Limp, that might not be enough time for you. Toss him back in. RR still alive. Is going to be able to get out. He has to just...
Look at that team play from Execration. They reacted so quickly. As soon as the stun landed on like everyone TP right away, like coL got outnumbered there, and they just like Io tried to save his buddy, died. Like it was really bad for coL there overall.
Yeah, I feel like if Io just stayed out, they would have been able to get out, drop their Tiny, but unfortunately, they save your buddies.
They had to leave the buffer behind them. Like here you go,
Yeah.
goes in with the Sprout onto Chemo.
Yeah, he goes back in. He will take a Fire Blast in, and Abed looking to clean up the trash there. It's okay. Burrow Strike comes back in, failing up the epicenter. They want to go in deep, pretty pop the dust, trying to make sure there isn't going to be any sandstorms out of there. But now Limp goes in, drops the Avalanche. They've got the Wiz to help everyone toss back up. Abed is in serious trouble. Can he actually get out of this? The leap away. They're able to do it to get down the IO. I think Limp might be able to get out safely here. There's going to be TPs coming in every which way, but for now, it's just going to be a bloodbath in favor of Execration.
They need this blink on Tiny. Like there's no way coL can actually fight right now without the blink. They can't initiate, and for Execration, there's just so many ways of them initiating with the stun from the Witch Doctor or the Sand King, or landing an arrow, or the stun on the Earth Spirit. There's just so many ways they can initiate and pick off heroes. coL are just over reliant on the Tiny to start fights to catch someone out.
Smoke is going to be coming in there. They've got the Burrow Strike to start things off. Limp. Oh, they go in. They connect. This is looking terrible. Tiny going to be further set back on his Blink Dagger. They go in. Moonlight Shadow rocking for the Radiant. They're looking for something deeper there. They are able to get down the Ursa as well. Juggernaut bounces going every which right way. Blink back on in. There will be a relocate out, but all they have to do is camp this. They really can't do much about it. There's going to be Ogre down from the low ground, just bloodlusting himself, but I think this poor Io is about to meet his fate. He's going to be coming back into 5 very hungry Execration heroes. Going to be tethering back down to the low ground. Hanskin somehow gets out alive here, but that was a little bit too close for comfort. I feel like all of Complexity are clenching pretty hard now. Looking at overall net worth, going to be about 5,000 in favor of Execration.
Really bad because their laning phase got destroyed by the Earth Spirit element. That guy just destroyed coL's laning phase, and they were really desperate that they tried to get the Roshan, but they couldn't get it. I mean, right now they're just waiting for the thing.
Abed tossed up, smacked down, but to bring in Tim, trying to defend him. There we go. Arrow going to connect on that poor, unfortunate melee
creep. There's nothing they can do right now. They need the blink on Tiny. Like, there's no way they can do anything. They have to get this blink ASAP.
Yeah, so you mentioned the laning phase being pretty shut down in Complexity. How vital is that to their overall strategy? I mean, they've got a Tiny who scales well, but can they come back from this?
They can. It's gonna take a while. They have to farm out their items and get the Ursa, Aegis, somehow. Win a team fight, get an Aegis. It's gonna be a long way back into the game for coL now, but they definitely can do it if they make the right moves.
Alright, so they are able to go through. Ursa getting a little bit of tower gold for himself. Nice and yummy. He's going to be saving up. Does he go for Blink now, or is he going for something more creative?
I guess you go for Blink right now. If he wanted something else, he would have already got it. I think he wants the Blink so that he can initiate for his team instead of just waiting for the Tiny as well. Tiny is not having a good game. And for Execration, they have the Blink on Sand King. They have pretty much basically everything they need to take team fights right now. They are extremely powerful right now compared to coL. coL's team fight is not comparable to what Execration has.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the overall net worth split, you've got the top 3 heroes being on the side of Execration. Sand King really holding his own, matching up with his position 1. He's just been doing a fantastic job, impact all over the map.
Yeah, what coL has to do right now is utilize their global presence with the Prophet and the Relocate to split up farm more efficiently and slowly draw out the game. Get more items. Because Execration wants to fight with their heroes and items right now, so they need to prevent that from happening and try to just use the map better. Because I don't see them being able to win a team fight right now.
Tims is going to be TPing down bottom, just wants to go ahead and clean up these treants, preventing any sort of loss, because, you know, as far ahead as Execration are, they really can't sacrifice any Roshan control, especially up against Complexity.
They have pretty good ways of scouting Roshan. They have Arrow, they have the Moonlight Shadow, Earthspirit constantly running around with his mobility to scout. So as long as that they keep that in check, they're in a very, very commanding position right now for Execration.
Alright, so Tiny finally getting close to that Blink Dagger. We are going to have a smoke wrapping around, going for Swindles here. Swindles, oh, he cannot afford to go down here. He's so far behind. He's got 2 deaths already.
He's gonna TP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good TP. And Execration, despite not getting any kills with that smoke, you see they place a deep ward down into the enemy jungle, so they're gonna be able, 2 deep wards in fact, so they're gonna be able to scout out a lot of their movements. And Limp is gonna get his Blink right now. This is extremely crucial for them because the way they're gonna play the game is they split up the map, they get pickoffs. Without the Blink, it's very difficult. So now they have the Blink soon. They're gonna be able to find potential pickoffs.
Oh, speaking of pickoffs here, RR goes in. They bring in the arrow, connecting onto the passive Skull. Nice avalanche going in. They are gonna pop the Magnetize down, able to secure the kill on the Ogre Magi. I think that's gonna be the end of the engagement. They will TP in the Nature's Prophet, but he's not gonna be able to re-engage on this.
They saw him with the ward previously, so the superior vision from Execration right now is just paying off. They're gonna go in with the Moonlight Epicenter.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. They are able to go through Handskin. Unfortunately, gonna be plopping down. The Coconut bouncing back and forth. Limp, Maladin connecting. They're going back in. Toss up Marana. Just all over the air here. Catching serious win about Limp.
He got his Blink.
Alright, they got Blinks all over the board here. Ursa picks us up as well, but unfortunately, those 2 buddies sitting back at the grave now. Down bottom, Chessie able to go bring some trees, pushing this bottom tower, but I don't know if it's worth a tier 2 here. Sand King TPing back. He's going to be ready to go in, blinking forward, and wants to go 1v1 Chessie. Chessie running away. They are going to connect there. As, oh gosh, they bring in Tims as well. There's going to be TPs all over the board. RR just laying in the damage. Chessie, there's nothing he can do. Just gets swatted down. Unstoppable streak. Abed getting low, but leaping forward. Arrow going to be off the mark. Burrow Strike as well. Swindles might be able to get out of this one. He's going to be turning. He's raged up. He wants to get something, but oh, they've got the DPS. They've got the kill. That's going to be Ursa dropping for the 3rd time this game. Complexity.
Things are going from bad to worse right now. They have to be able to find pickers with this Blink, otherwise they're just going to be very hard pressed to find any space for the other heroes to farm. Like Prophet is not going to offer much right now for his team. He's just going to cast his ultimate and try to farm the map. So, I mean, the Tiny and the Ursa are the main heroes right now to find pickoffs.
I mean, we're only 15 minutes in, and just looking at the overall net worth chart,
really
about
bad.
a 10,000 lead. I think Complexity can still come back in this. You can never really tap out an IO Tiny, but what do they need to do to get themselves back up?
Well, I said it before, they have to split the map, farm efficiently, use the Blink on Tiny to get pickoffs, and obviously the Blink on Ursa as well. Every pickoff would probably grant them another 1 or 2 minutes of farming time. So every kill they can get, any kill they can get right now is extremely crucial for the team. Split the map, farm jungle, farm the enemy jungle if possible, and try to, you know, get more items until you claw yourself back into the game. And for Execration, they want to keep getting objectives, keep pressing the map forward, get Roshan, get towers, and eventually go into your base and siege your racks.
Alright, nice little quick scout there, making sure no one's in the Rosh pit. And this very aggressive ward from the Radiant means Chessie is going to get slapped down. There's ward vision everywhere. Bottom, Nando could be in some trouble. Will get tossed up. It takes 4, but they are able to kill the Juggernaut. A very big kill there. Almost 500 gold bounty going straight to the Ursa.
this is what they have to do. I mean, preferably not losing any of your own heroes, but you know, considering the situation that any trade-off, like 1-for-1 trade-off they can get is good for them. They have to be able to keep doing this, keep picking up heroes with the daggers, and eventually, hopefully, get enough items on every core to be able to take a team fight. BKB is very important for them.
Wrapping in, they are going to go. The arrow going to be off the mark. Swindle's trying to do something. The Moonlight Shadow looking to reinitiate here. Limp going to be tossing everyone about, but they will be able to go through. Initiation onto Swindle. They're focusing him down. They end up dropping the Magnetize. They want everything for this, but with everyone TPing in, it might be too much. Chessie could be going into. Oh, there's the epicenter. Limp. Can he actually live through this? Rock Boy going to be not brought down by the Earthquake this time. Abed going to be 1v1ing everyone over here. Chessie able to go through and live on the back line. We have the wraparound coming back in. Avalanche connecting onto Chemo, but he's still alive. Now Blink in. RR going to get a handle. Tossed up. Too much for him. He force steps himself away, but the negative urn charge will it be dragging him down. Meanwhile, over here, we've got the 4 Radiant Heroes exerting their power. They want to go in. They want to finish off the Limp. They should be able to do so. The toss back up. The negative urn is going to be taking them away. That's going to be another kill going the way of the Earth Spirit. Now underneath the tower, Juggernaut is able to go through and get the kill on the Ogre Magi.
Team
Gosh.
Doing so much for his team there. And Sand they're barely surviving against the last tick of the urn charge. That coL right now, they might have to use their Vilex to defend here. I'm not even sure if they can defend. That wasn't even the best epicenter from Sand King, but Execration was still able to win the fight. That's how far ahead they are.
I mean, after that fight, Tim just straight up bought a mechanism from the gold he accumulated. Now, oh, Blink forward, man. This Sand King is just on a roll going, and the arrow latches on the Handskin. He's gonna get silenced up, smacked around. Oh, there's nothing he can do. He's just completely brought away. He's gonna be able to TP back to Z-Freak. Might be able to get out alive here, as there's gonna be a burrow strike back down to the low ground. Chessie not able to get any lockdown this time. Limp goes in. Looks like he might be able to get the kill onto the Earth Spear, but look at that stun. It's beautiful. The toss back in. They throw in Swindles. Ursa finally able to latch onto a piece of prey and bring it down, but it is still looking pretty grim for Complexity.
I mean, they got a kill, they defended their Rex, so at least they got that going for them. And like I said, they have to get to their BKB timings. Without BKBs, it's very difficult for their cores to enter the team fight.
Abed, he's got that Invis rune coming in. This could be a great snatch if he's able to go through and get it, to bring in everything for this. Abed still has all the time in the world there, but the spirits are going to be doing something. But there's something, then they bring in the Sand King. He's looking for something there. He goes in. The Echo doing so much damage. They are going to be able to go through, bring down the Sand King, bring down the Earth Spirit. They're looking for more. They bring in Nando. He doesn't have the Omni Slash. The Coconut. Oh gosh, the Coconut does the work, and now Swindles. He's trying to get out alive here. 1 second on his blink. He should be able to get back up. But, oh, he's going to be fighting here. He goes back in. He's looking to turn things onto Abed. He takes a Maledicts. He's going to be flopping down to this, and that is going to be Chemo going back in. Double kill going down the way of Nando. And this Roshan should be going the way of Radiant Z-Freak, trying to be a formidable presence here. But look at Tim just laying in the damage. Solo Magnetized, barely cutting through that regen, but enough to keep him back for now. That's going to be a buyback force out from the Ursa. They got to go in. They got to contest this, but the Roshan is falling so quickly. And we'll see there's going to be a relocate in. It's just Solo Handskin trying to make things happen. They bring Swindles back into the pit. Nando taking a lot of damage. There's Swindles doing what he can. He's ultimated up. They want to go in with the kick out. Oh, they pulled him out of the pit. Ursa, no ages for you. He's stuck on the cliff, and that's got to be demoralizing as hell.
Oh my god, the kick!
Oh, that was so beautifully played, and looks like they're just going to clean him up. Limp's just sitting there and taking it. He's stunned up and just ready to tap out. You can feel it. This is so frustrating for Complexity. Chessie now on the run once again. Doesn't have that teleport. Nando looking for something to force back in. Tim is a freaking animal going back in. Chessie going to be slapped down, and looks like they're going for more here. Limp cannot afford to go down here. They kill off his wrist, they kill off his ambulance, and he's going to be falling. It's a full wipe. Triple kill for Nando. Execration are looking unbelievably solid.
Give this man an award already, man.
Oh
Tim's
my.
a spirit, man. This guy is just amazing on the hero.
That was unreal play from Tim's right here. I mean, everyone else is definitely pulling their weight.
Okay,
Nando and the Juggernaut.
That is tilt mode on, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you gotta feel bad. I think you're trying everything you can. Z-Freak just going and spraying up the hot garbage, but
that is the nail in the coffin for them. For sure. That Roshan, they had to get that Roshan.
Alright, so Execration's able to go through, take a full lane of mid-Rax Complexity. I mean, it's looking grim here. Almost 15,000 disadvantage in terms of overall net worth. Do you think they can come back from this? If there's unbelievable throws from Execration, what's the foothold?
They can only come back into this if Execration allows it to happen. Like if they make a huge mistake, they give away a team fight, a team wipe, like maybe 2 team wipes in a row, then coL will come back into the game.
Yeah, we haven't actually talked a whole lot about the Juggernaut. He's doing fantastically. 10, 2, and 5.
Yo, basically his team has been just doing all the work and he's taking all the kills. The Earth Spirit, the Sand King, the Mirana setting up all the stuns
The
for
old
him.
anti-mage strat, just pop in, take the team wipe, and get credit for it. Now he's sitting on a bunch of pennies. He picked up a blink dagger. Do you think that mobility is exactly what he needs?
Yeah, this is basically the build I thought.
Oh, going back in limp. Oh, poor buddy. He just wants to live. He just wants to farm, but hey, it looks like he's going down for the 8th time this game. That seems like Tiny just gonna be flopping right over. 45 seconds in the grave with no buyback. This could be it. Complexity, they've got one more shot to hold this as Execration want to go right in for the racks. The arrow gonna be sliding on through, not gonna connect onto anyone. They will bring in Z-Freak, spraying out that fire blast, wants to get something done. But Nanto just spinning around the, oh, go, Jesse! He tried to stay back, but that's not enough. The Moonlight Shadow defend everyone handskin, taking the full duration of that death ward, able to get plopped down. Chemo doing the work there on this Witch Doctor, almost has his ad completed, does have it done, but he wants to flap it on over to himself with that courier. And Z-Freak once again on patrol, looking for some way to stop this, but it doesn't seem possible as Nando, so aggressive now with the Blink Dagger, able to go through and secure a second lane of racks. We could be moments away from a GG. Execration looking so strong in this matchup. Do you think they've earned themselves a slot in TI yet?
Yeah, they put up a really good performance against eHome, and right now they're absolutely dominating coL, which they look really shaky in their series against Escape earlier.
And again, just to highlight the stakes of this, the Complexity drop this best-of-3 series. If they lose this game and another, they are not participating in TI6. They are going home. They are all done. Now Swindles goes in. One final YOLO attempt to get silenced up. The Boulder takes him back on through. It looks like there's going to be some serious fight going back in. Nando spinning around like a freaking helicopter, looking for something. Swindles, he's low. He's taking Melodic 6. His ulti's going to be over. And on the back lines, we've got X going down. Tim's still alive. They are able to get down the Tiny. He's going to be dead forever. And now Z-Freak just going in, tries to get the stun off. They will be able to do so. Nando forces back, but I mean, they're not tapping out just yet. They're fighting to the bitter end here as this rack will fall. There it is, Complexity now one game down against Execration. Moving forward, what did Complexity need to do differently in game number 2?
I mean, I don't think I would say that they got outdrafted this game. Both teams have their own specific way of approaching the game. They have different lineups, very different lineups. I think that the Earth Spirit just played exceptionally well this game, and coL, they don't have Ogre running around reacting towards what Earth Spirit was doing earlier. So maybe the next game they should be looking to do that much better if they are going to allow Execration to get their hands on the Earth Spirit. They have to react towards expect the early